Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be a video of me talking about how I turboed my stock internals 350Z and kind of my process I went through it. So first off, I didn't know much about boosted cars. Didn't really know what exactly I was getting into when I did, but I knew I wanted more power. I had friends who had more power in the car scene, and I knew I wanted to get into that. So I started looking at turbo kits, and I saw they went anywhere from $5,000 to about $10,000 for a single turbo kit or twin. I decided to go single just for easy maintenance and easier setup and whatnot. Don't have to pull the motor to install it. It was all a pretty good process. But then I came across a kit, and the kit I came across was this 350Z turbo kit right here. $3,500 is a basic kit. It doesn't come with a lot of stuff. Like here it says this comes with a base kit, but I got the tuner kit. It doesn't come with anything except for the kit, so it doesn't come with any of that. It doesn't come with injectors, fuel pump, none of that, which you do need. So I thought it was going to be somewhat affordable. I ended up spending $3,500. And then I found out that I needed a lot more stuff. So you have $3,500 at a base price for the kit. It comes with the turbo, the piping. That's pretty much it. Well, you need a way to monitor your boost. So here I got the True Boost from AEM. It allows for you to control your boost manually if you want. Obviously, I wasn't really fond of that feature. I just went with 8 pounds to try to be around 400 wheel horsepower, which was supposed to be safe for my motor. So I mean, that right there is about $300. You need an AFR gauge to know if you're being lean or rich. So that was another roughly $200. Well, here, when I went to the tuning session, which I had to go a few times because there was some leaking oil, some leaking fuel. Not too fun, but they said my mass airflow sensor from the OEM one was maxing out, wasn't able to keep up with the power output that I was. So I had to go buy this on the same day. Luckily, we have a local shop that sells them. After that, well, before that, you need the UpRev tuning system, pretty much the only one for the 350Z. So I mean, that's $775. You don't have to do that. Some shops just sell you a license and a tune, usually about $700 total, but I wanted to own the tuning software in case I wanted to try to tune in the future, so that's what I did there. So that was $775. The tune itself was another $500. So I mean, I've spent $1,200 just on tuning. So I mean, you have $3,500 in the kit. You have these boost gauges. Then you have the mass airflow, and then the tuner itself. I mean, it's starting to add up really fast. Well, now you need fuel to supply for all that power. So I just went with a Walbro 255 right here, MA Performance, like $78. No, nothing to get really specific or crazy on. It required me to mod the tank a little bit, nothing crazy. Again, just drill out a jet, sand down a tab to make sure it fit, and it was pretty good. It wasn't much bigger than the OEM, so it worked out pretty well. Wasn't too hard. I did have a lot of failure with the fuel because when I put it back in the tank, the lock ring was bent and was leaking a little bit of fuel, causing me to lose fuel pressure up top. Okay, so now my injectors, I was starting to get really low on money here, so I found out that GTR injectors will work for a 350Z. They're the exact same top feed. Just like the 350Z, they are direct fit. You can get them pretty cheap. I picked mine up for $120 from a GTR owner here locally. But yeah, I mean, these work. They're 570cc, so they're enough to get enough fuel for up to probably about 500 wheel horsepower if you're using 91 octane gas, which is what we have here, which is horrible fuel. I do want to go to E85 eventually, just because there's a lot of benefits as far as cooling. I might do another video just explaining the difference in 91 and E85, and now it's called E54. They changed it a little bit, but it's great fuel compared to 91, and it's affordable. But so that's what I did as far as injectors. Great option, better than spending 800, 700, whatnot dollars buying some injectors. So that's what I did there. Then I want to do fuel return system to make sure I can have the fuel return itself. So I need a fuel regulator and a fuel return lines. So I just got a fuel regulator. I went on here. I got like an Aeromotive one right here, $120. So there's that. You need some line. You need to drill into the tank. It's not insane work, but it was a little bit more work. But there's that. If you have a G35 350Z, it's insanely recommended to get yourself an oil catch can. Highly recommended, because you have a lot of blow by especially when you put in a turbo. You have it from factory. I recommend an oil catch can to all 350Z and G35 owners, just because you're really gonna want it. Otherwise you're gonna have oil going into your intake, and it's just no good in the end. So yeah, and you're gonna have a lot of more blow by of the oil getting into your intake manifold and whatnot, especially with the turbo, and it needs to be able to breathe and vent a lot better. So I personally got a breather one. This is just a quick example. You don't have to get a breather one. You can get one like this, but it did cost me about $100. So there's that, and there's just a lot of different steps. It's kind of a headache to install the Turbonetics kit, which is what I got. Here's kind of a quick little look at it. So basically, all this hot side piping right here, which I'm circling with my mouse, that's the hardest. It's all V-bands and whatnot. It's a very tight squeeze. This goes right in front of your radiator. This mounts in the front. I wasn't able to keep my metal reinforcement bar, so I need a custom fab one, because I do have a bigger intercooler than they supplied here. I don't have this intake. Mine is cut. I also decided to go open the wastegate, which is just basically once you surpass your spring in your wastegate, which mine was 8 pounds for a power limit or power goal you're wanting. Highly advised not to really go over 380, 400 horsepower on a 0304 350Z, which is what I had. So I had open wastegate. It just screams pretty much. It's just a loud psh when you open it. Right off the side right here, you could see the wastegate right there a little bit. A pipe just dumps there. Otherwise, the pipe leads back and it goes out your exhaust. Also note, you cannot have a dual exhaust anymore. True dual exhaust. You can have the dual tip from OEM, but if you have a true dual, it won't work. It's because it has the header here and the header here, and all these pipes link to this one pipe, and this one pipe goes to your downpipe. So you won't have dual cats anymore. You can have an option to pay for more. That's another thing with the kit. You do not get a catalytic converter with the base kit. You get nothing. So you have a straight pipe from here, just a straight down pipe to your catback exhaust, whatever you have there, or you can have a catalytic converter here, and your O2 sensors and all that will all plug in here. There's multiple. They all still work. But that's that. And as far as the whole thing, the whole process, when it was quite a bit of a headache, in the end, I was really happy, of course, but I ended up spending a lot of money compared to what I was thinking I was going to spend to have the kit done and completed and correct. So that's my 2 cents. It's a great kit. Nothing's wrong with the Turbonetics kit. Works perfectly fine. Great turbo. Good for up to about 500 horsepower. Everything else was fine. Just know there's going to be a lot of extra expenses, especially if you're planning on having someone else install it. It's going to cost you extra money there. You're going to have to do the tuning, the gauges, a lot of different stuff. There's more stuff I'm sure I forgot about. But you're going to have to pay for a lot of fuel fittings and all that. It just adds up quite a bit. In the end, I think I ended up spending... I don't know. I'll try to add it up for you guys and place the total right over here somewhere or whatnot to let you guys know what I ended up spending in total. But it wasn't fun, wasn't the best process. But in the end, you get a boosted 350Z, which is pretty neat. And in another video, I'll give you an update of how it went about 3 months later, about 6,000, 10,000 miles. So I'll upload that video as well. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit that thumbs up button. If not, hit that thumbs down button. Let me know what you guys want to see. Trying to get this channel rolling more. So thanks a lot, and bye.